Hello everybody, I hope that everything is okay. This session is for secondary 1 for all students. لذلك لو انت طالب عربي او لغات هو السيشن ده ان شاء الله. I hope it is so useful for all students. Today's session we are gonna talk about the first lesson in the No Hello book. Okay, so let's start. By the way, this is the shape of your book and we're gonna divide our today's session for 3 parts. Okay, so the part number 1, we're gonna talk about vocab. Vocab, you must know 4 things about vocab. Number 1, the vocab as definition or meaning in English, like this. Number 2, the prepositions, and it is so important to solve the choose question in your exam. After that, the expressions or the idioms to answer the first question in your exam, and it will be the dialogue question. Okay, and you also must know the confusable words or the language notes. Okay, so let's start by some vocab. You must know this word. This word is called derivatives. Derivatives. This word means in Arabic معناها كده المشتقات. يعني ايه المشتقات بالعربي كده؟ الكلمة دي معناها ازاي انا بشتق النون من الفيرب، ازاي انا بجيب الادجكتيف مثلا من النون، ازاي بجيب الادفيرب من الverbs وهكذا. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about 3 words and they are so important. Number 1, this is environment. Environment. Environment, this is a noun معناها البيئة. Environmental. Environmental, this is an adjective to describe a place. You could say this is environmental. Environmentalists. Environmentalists, these are a group of people who are caring for the environment. ومعناها المهتمين بشؤون البيئة. And this is a plural noun. Let's move to number 2. Conserve. Conserve, this is a verb. Conservation. Conservation, this is a noun. And this word means production. Production, يعني الحماية أو المحافظة على الشيء. Conservationist. Conservationist, this is the doer. doer بالعربي معناها كده اسم الفاعل، وهم المحافظين أو العمال في مجال الحفاظ على البيئة. Let's move to number 3. Sustain. Sustain, this is a verb. Sustainable. Sustainable, this is an adjective. Sustainability. Sustainability, this is a noun. Okay, so number 1, you must know the derivatives. Okay, so let's complete. Let's move to the words and its definition. And as I told you at the beginning of this session, that it is so important. It is so important to understand the word and its definition in English to solve the choose question. Okay, so we're gonna choose only 4 words to talk about them. Like what? Number 1, like the word environment. Environment. I'm here. This is the natural features of a place and the people and things that are around you in your life. Environment البيئة, this is everything around you. باختصار كده هي كل شيء حولك. Okay, let's move to this word. Ancient. Ancient, this is an adjective, and this means this is old-fashioned or this is very old. So if you are talking about the thing which is very old or which is old-fashioned, You could say it like ancient, ancient, ancient. Let's move to this word, modern, modern. This is the opposite word of ancient. So we could say that modern is the opposite of ancient. I told you that ancient means very old or old-fashioned. So we could say that modern, this is new or connected to the present. Okay? Let's move to the last word. This is clef. Clef. Clef, this is a noun. And this is a step piece of land or rock. معناها بالعربي المنحدر أو الجرف. Okay, so these are some words and its definition. Let's move to the prepositions. We're gonna choose the most important prepositions in this unit. Benefit from, benefit from, the reason for, the reason for. On the board, on the board بمعنى على متن السفينة. لو أنا مثلا بتكلم عن ship أو أي شيء مقابل ذلك. Close to, close to, this means near or nearby بمعنى قريب من. Famous for, famous for, like known for. Okay, so you could say famous for or known for. Okay, so listen to my example, please. We could say that Naguib Mahfouz is famous for his works. We could also say that Naguib Mahfouz is known for his literary works. يعني هو معروف أو مشهور بأعماله الأدبية. Except for, except for يعني ما عدا. We could say I like all flavors except for the lemon one. معناها ايه؟ معناها انا بحب مثلا كل المكسبات بتاعة الأطعمة او كل النكهات للأطعمة ما عدا مثلا اللي بيكون بنكهة الليمون اللي هو الايه اللي هو الليمون. Okay, so let's move to some expressions and we're gonna choose some expressions like what? Get lost. Get lost معناها يضل الطريق. Okay, go diving, go diving. Look at this word. This word is called go, go, and we could use this word with a lot of sports. Like what? Go diving, go scanning, go fishing, go swimming. Okay, so we could use the word go with a lot of sports. Okay, after that let's move to the word make. Make sure, make sure معناها يتأكد من الشيء ده. Make notes or take notes, and both words are right. You could also say take. So we could say make notes or take notes. Okay, and both words are correct. معناها يدون الملاحظات أو يكتب الملاحظات. Okay, look at this expression and it is so important. Environmentally friendly materials. Let me say it again. Environmentally friendly materials. This means المواد صديقة البيئة. What does it mean? This means that all these materials are organic. Organic يعني عضوية, not chemical. Not chemical. Okay, so it was our first part in our today's session and we talk about the vocab. Okay, so number 2, let's move to the tape script. The tape script, it is so important in this level, okay, because you need to read the whole tape script or the reading one to answer 2 questions. Number 1, the choose question, and number 3, he may ask you to write a paragraph about what is ecotourism. Okay, so the tape script or the reading script is so important. Okay, the third part in our today's session, it will be the grammar. The grammar, it is so important to understand everything in the grammar. So, in the first unit, getaway, you must know two tenses. Number one, the past simple. Number two, the past simple continuous. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about the past simple. So please leave everything between your hands and only listen to me, but listen carefully. Okay, so this is past simple. Look at this example. If you have any questions, I'll give you 5 minutes after the ending of the session, and I listen to all your questions. Okay, so please don't write anything on the share screen or the chat. Only listen to me. Okay, the past simple. If I'm saying Ali played football at the club. Look at this sentence. Ali played football at the club. Let's complete it like this. Yesterday. So, this is our example. Ali played football at the club yesterday. Does it mean that he is playing football now? No. Okay. Does it mean that he will play football after 2 hours from now? It's also no. So, what does it mean? The past simple means that we must have an action between our hands. Maybe one of you asks me, Miss, what is the action here? The action here is played football. This is the action. Okay, so played football, this is action. So, the past simple means that we must have an action. But this action started and also finished in the past. So, let me say it again. The past simple. The past simple means that we must have an action. But this action, it must started and also finished in the past. Like what? Here, we are saying that Ali played football yesterday. Okay, so this is the past. Let me tell you that Ali yesterday played football, and he started playing football at 3 o'clock. So this is the beginning of the action. And he finished it at 5 o'clock. So this is the ending of the action. So this means that the past simple, the action that we are talking about, is started in the past and also finished in the past. Okay, so this was the meaning. This is number 1. Okay, number 2. Number 2, let's move to the form. Let me tell you something. It is called the past simple. The word simple in English means that we must have only one verb. Okay, so we must have only one verb, because we are saying this is simple. Let me tell you another thing. If we have only one verb in our sentence, it must be main verb or helping verb. Charlie must be main verb. Today we are talking about the past simple. Okay, so do you think which shape of the verb we will use? The infinitive, or the second one, or the third one? This is past simple, so we must use the second form of the verb. Okay, so this is everything about the past simple. The word simple means that we must have only one verb. So this is one verb in our sentence. Okay, in English, if we have one verb, it is called main verb. This is past simple, so we must use the second form or the second shape of the verb. Okay, let's move to our sentence again. Ali played football yesterday. Okay, played, this is the verb, this is the main verb, and this is the second form of the verb what? Play. Okay, so we talk about the meaning. Number 2, the form. Look at the sentence again. Is it positive or negative? Positive, yes. Positive معناها بالعربي الجمل المثبتة، ونيجاتيف معناها الجمل المنفية. طيب هو بديهيا كده أصلا يعني إيه كلمة نيجاتيف بالعربي؟ نيجاتيف معناها المنفي. أوكي، بس إحنا في الإنجليش في عندنا قاعدة عامة للنفي. القاعدة العامة للنفي إنه when we add not to the helping verb. Okay, so this is the main rule or the general rule of the negative. We need to add not to the helping verb. Maybe one of you asks me, Miss, from just 2 minutes you told us that this is simple, so we must have only one verb and it must be main verb. So how could we use the helping verb now? Okay, in the past simple we could use did as a helping verb, but be careful that after did we must use the infinitive form of the verb. Okay, so we cannot say Ali did not. We could write it and pronounce it like this, didn't. We couldn't say Ali didn't played football. We cannot say it. This is incorrect, because after did we must use the infinitive form of the verb. So we must say Ali didn't play football at the club yesterday. Okay, so this is the negative form of the verb. After that, let's move to, or let's make a WH question. A WH question, we have a general rule to make a WH question. Like what? Question word plus the helping verb plus the subject plus the verb. Okay? So this is a general rule to make any WH question in English language. Our sentence was saying Ali played football at the club yesterday. If we want to ask about Ali, we will choose the question word who. So it will be like this: who played football at the club yesterday. And the answer will be Ali. So we used the question word who to ask about persons. If we want to ask about the place, the club, we will use the question word where. So it will be like this: where. The helping verb, it will be did. The subject, Ali. Could we say played? No, it must be play. Where did Ali play football yesterday? Okay, and the answer will be the place, the club. If we want to ask about the time in the sentence, it is yesterday. So we will use when, and it will be like this: when did Ali play football at the club? Okay, and the answer will be yesterday. If we want to ask about the word football itself, we will use the question word what. What did Ali play yesterday? Okay, and the answer will be football. So here we used 4 different question words to make WH questions. We use who to ask about persons, where to ask about the place, when to ask about the time, and the last one, what, to ask about thing. Okay, so this is the WH question. Let's move to the second part with the second kind of questions, and it is yes, no question. To make a yes, no question in English, we have a general rule. We must start by the auxiliary verb, or we could say the helping verb, plus the subject, plus the verb. Okay, so the helping verb in the past simple, I told you that it must be did. The subject, this is Ali. The verb, could I say played? No. So it will be like this: did Ali play football at the club yesterday? This is yes, no question. So your answer must be yes or no. So we will say yes, he did, or no, he didn't. And let me tell you something, that the yes, no question, this is a very short question. So your answer, it must be very short. Okay, the last one. Let's move to our sentence again. Ali played football at the club yesterday. Where is the subject here? The subject, this is Ali. The verb, the main verb, the second form or the second shape of the verb, this is play. Okay, where is the object? The object, this is football. So if we have the subject and started with it in our sentence, بمعنى لو أنا بدأت الجملة بتاعتي بالسبجكت في الإنجليش، الجملة دي بنسميها active. active بمعنى المبني للمعلوم. لو حد فيكم سألني طب هو مين يمس أصلا المعلوم؟ المعلوم عندنا هو السبجكت، هو الفاعل. تمام؟ فلما أنا ابتدي بالسبجكت يبقى الجملة دي اسمها active، مبني للمعلوم. أوكي؟ طيب لو the same example، لو نفس الإكزامبل اللي فوق ده، أنا محتاجة إنه أنا transfer it from active into passive. طب يا مس هو مش نفهم الأول أصلا يعني إيه كلمة باسيف؟ جميل جدا. كلمة الباسيف معناها بالعربي المبني للمجهول. إيه ده بقى يا مس؟ طب هو مين المجهول؟ نفس الشيء، المجهول هنا هو السبجكت، تمام؟ لذلك في جمل الباسيف، في جمل المبني للمجهول I don't want to know anything about the subject. أنا أصلا ولا كأني شايفة السبجكت ده. السبجكت ده أنا حاطاه كده في الإيه، في البلاك ليست، أنا حاطاه في الخانة السود، أنا مش عاوزة أعرف عنه أي شيء. نفس الحكاية زي ما أنا عودتكم إن في جنرال رول بنمشي عليه، مفيش أي حاجة بنحفظها. الباسف برضو في عندنا general rule بنمشي عليها، إنه we must start by the object plus verb to be plus the PP. Okay, so we must have 3 parts to transfer our sentence from active into passive. Number 1, we must have the object. Number 2, the verb to be. Number 3, the past participle or the part 3. But be careful about verb to be. It is so important because the shape of verb to be depends on your tense. لا احنا كده مش فاهمين اي حاجة. Let me say it again. احنا اتفقنا انه الباسف ده بيتكون من 3 اجزاء، والثلاثة لازم يكون متوفرين عندي في الجملة بتاعتي. الأوبجكت يعني المفعول، verb to be، البي بي يعني البارت 3. سيبنا دلوقتي من الأوبجكت وسيبنا من الباست بارتيسيبل. تعالوا كده نعمل فوكس على verb to be. verb to be ده لو أنا غيرت شكل verb to be ده اللي بيديني الاختلاف ما بين تنس والتاني في زمن الباسف ببساطة جدا. احنا النهارده بنتكلم عن زمن ايه، الباست ولا البريزنت؟ today we are talking about the past simple. طيب دلوقتي انا محتاجه حد يقول لي the shapes of verb to be in the past simple. اولا the shapes of verb to be in past simple هم حاجه من 2 بس، ملهمش تاني، يا اما was يا اما were. excellent. طيب هو انا يا مس بقى بناء على ايه هختار was وامتى اختار were؟ بناء على الاوبجكت بتاعك، على المفعول بتاعك. مش انا لما كنت بقول في السنتنس دي علي played football yesterday at the club، احنا اتفقنا دلوقتي ان الاوبجكت بتاعي هو الفوتبول، تمام؟ يبقى انا هاجي كده تحت كلمة الاوبجكت اهو، تحت الاوبجكت بالظبط، وهكتب له كلمة فوتبول. excellent. تمام. طيب هي فوتبول بقى حد يقول لي استخدم معاها was ولا were؟ لا هي فوتبول اصلا يا مس this is a singular noun. excellent. okay so we will use were. was sorry we will use was. okay طيب الباست participle او الشيب 3 او البارت 3 انا بجيبه من مين؟ من المين فيرب. انا الفيرب بتاعي كان play، وفي الباست سمبل استخدمت التصريف التاني اللي هو played. الباست participle بقى او الشيب 3 هو برضو played. يبقى السنتنس هتكون like this: football was played. طبعا at the club yesterday. هكمل طبعا الجملة بتاعتي عادي جدا. طيب افرض حد فيكم عاوز يقول لي طب انا هنا افرض يا مس انا عاوزه اعمل مثلا mention ل the name of the subject، انا عاوزه اعمل mention مثلا لاسم الفاعل، هتقول لي باي وتكتب بعدها ال name of the subject. لا تاني كده على الجزء ده، لو انت محتاج انك تذكر اسم الفاعل السبجكت يعني في الجملة الباسف ما ببدأش بيه في الأول، احنا اتفقنا ان هو مش موجود في الأول. انا هرميه عندي at the end of the sentence، بس لازم ضروري جدا استخدم قبل منه كلمة by بمعنى بواسطة. اخر شيء هنتكلم عنه اليوم ان شاء الله عن الباست سمبل هي الكي ووردز. كي ووردز وهي اغلب الكلمات اللي احنا بنستخدمها في زمن الباست سمبل. طبعا هما كلمات كتيرة جدا، زي مثلا ايه؟ زي كلمة yesterday، زي كلمة ago. طبعا انا ممكن اقول a week ago، تعالوا كده نكتبها بالشكل ده ago. طبعا انا ممكن اقول a week ago، a year ago، a month ago، a day ago، اي حاجة من دي صح. كلمة مثلا in واي time حدث عندي في الباست، زي مثلا ايه in 2000. يعني اهم شيء ان يكون التايم او البيريد الفترة اللي انا جايباها بعد ان دي تكون كلها finish in the past، يعني اصلا هي انتهت في الماضي. تمام. في عندي مثلا كلمة زي last، طبعا انا ممكن اقول last week، last day، last month، last year، اي حاجة من دول كلهم صح اهو. تمام. ونفس الشيء طبعا هنا مع ago. وحاجات كتيرة جدا زي مثلا كلمة once، طبعا كلنا عارفين once upon a time يعني ذات مرة او ذات ليلة او ذات يوم. طيب ده معناه انه if we are telling a story we will use the present simple with the past simple. think it over. past simple. اوكي. يبقى ده معناه انه انا لما هاجي احكي اي ستوري بالفعل انا بتكلم عن شيء started and also finished in the past. اوكي. يبقى انا هتكلم في زمن ال past simple. and this is everything about today's session. اخر حاجة بس let's move to some exercise. هنعمل بس كده practice على زمن ال past simple على الاجزاء اللي احنا قلناها دلوقتي. طبعا انا مش هحل كل الاسئلة بس I'm gonna choose some exercise. بليز اللي يكون عارف الانسر يكتبها في الشات. تمام. لانه الصوت هيأثر على جودة الزوم او كده. اختار بس كده examples على زمن الباست سمبل. تمام. اوكي نحل كده دي. if you know the answer you could write it on a chat and I could see all of you. 39 Azza space lunch with her friends at 3 o'clock yesterday. So we will choose which one. Azza was having. طب انا ليه هنا اخترت الباست كونتينوس ما اخترتش اصلا الباست سمبل؟ لان هنا هو محتاج ان هو يقول ان الاكشن ده كان مستمر لفترة معينة في الماضي. اوكي. طيب نختار كده واحدة تانية. تمام. طيب احنا ممكن مثلا نختار number 14. if you know the answer write it on a chat. I spent that program. It was my favorite it was my favorite when he was young. هي السنتنس كلها اصلا في زمن الباست سمبل. اوكي. يبقى انا هختار ايه؟ I liked. excellent. Okay, we will choose the last one. Okay, so let's move to this. دكتور فاروق الباز space in the gazebo. So we will choose which one. was born بمعنى ولد في المكان ده. And this is everything about today's session. I'm very happy to be with all of you and see you next session inshallah. And I hope that everything was clear in our today's session. With the like care and goodbye.